tilted. The foundation is strong because Jehovah built it. You can feel the spirit and positive energy. Questions asked comfortably like you're talking with family. Get ready to settle in. Wait for the show to begin. Invite a couple of friends. It's time for Unhinged.
What's really going on? What's really going on? Too much for the man.
I introduce to you Get You Home Towing, a family company with the sole purpose to get you home. Whether you need roadside assistance or transport services, we have a flatbed big enough to transport any vehicle to its destination. Our offer to you is our gratitude and great service at a much cheaper price. We are also open to transport through long distances. If you need us, all you have to do is call that number. I'll see you soon.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? I mean, what's really going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. You've tuned in to Unhinged Live. I'm your girl, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Karen Sims, Coach Cash herself of Twisted Threads LLC, and we are excited about tonight's conversation. Before I go ahead and give you all the rundown on what's going to happen on tonight's show, I just want to go ahead and say, hey, girl, hey, what's good, Coach Cash? How you doing? How was your day?
I'm doing good. You know, it was a good day. We got a little extra rain down here, flash flood warning. So I'm literally trying not to get swept away by all of the water that's coming through town, but excited. You know, I was mentioning that I had a little bit of a hot flashy thing going on. So I have had some water, you know, hydrated, and now I'm ready, you know, because we already know that, yes, fan me, child. I promise. You know why I need the extra fanning tonight? Because tonight's show is going to be fire. You know, I said it when we opened the season last week, what folks should be getting prepared for, and tonight is another burner. You ready? How you doing? Are you ready for tonight?
Girl, I don't even know, because what had happened was, you know, my birthday is extending. I'm knocking on it. It's so very, very, very close. So, you know, as I ascend this next round, this next chapter of my life, I've just been spending a whole lot of time reflecting on how blessed I truly am. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of the people that God has placed in my life. I'm grateful for you, Coach Cash. You already know what it is. Prayer partner, sister, friend, bestie, business partner extraordinaire. I'm grateful for you and your prayers that continue to cover me through some of my many levels of foolishness. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate the season, the new season that we're walking in. And I look forward to hosting so many amazing conversations. It gives me anxiety sometimes. Does that ever happen to you, Karen? When you sit back and
concerning you? No, not concerning you. You know, the funny thing I had to say, Tilted, is I am for you, I believe, what you are for me. And so when you come to me and you're like, I'm about to step on this stage and I'm like, of course you are. And then when I say the same thing to you, you're like, of course you are. And then, you know, separately, we're like, Lord, you about to do this for real? Like we don't recall the prayers that we have prayed for each. These are real conversations, y'all. I have these conversations with my sister. Like, can you believe that the Lord really going to use me in this particular way on this particular platform? And then I'm big up in her and she's big up in me. And then it's like, okay, let me be, you know, but we're going to get into a little bit of that, because I actually, Tilted, had that conversation with my son today. And we talked about, is that lacking in today's generation, that you got somebody who big up you so much that you can't even think small if you wanted to. Like, girl, I couldn't even, not believe all of you and the hype that, listen, I stay on cloud nine. I don't know what
I
to tell
promise you all make me believe that I can leap tall buildings in one single bound.
Come
I'm
on.
Superwoman out here because of the words you all continue to pour over me. And I'm grateful you had that conversation with one of your kings, Karen. Do they still have support like that in this generation of creatives coming up, of future leaders? Because here, I'm going to stop right there because this is something we need to go ahead and bring tonight's guest in on the conversation. So again, I want to go ahead and get you all familiarized with what's going to happen on tonight's broadcast. Of course, you already know it's Tilted Halo, it's Coach Cash, and of course, we are going to get into tonight's show. Before I give you the rundown, of course, I want to go ahead and say thank you, and welcome to each and every one of our viewers who are going to catch us on the replay. I hope that you find something here. If you hear something here on tonight that, helps impact your life for the better, or at least spark a notion of creativity that maybe you were perhaps hesitant on. Thank you for joining us. We're here for every last one of you. Of course, yes. We're going to get into an amazing guest interview. Before the interview, of course, I'm going to give a super fan shout out. We're going to have a musical break, get into a couple views from the Petty Pew, and get into your favorite. You already know what the theme song is. What's really going on? That's right. We are getting into what's really going on. And baby, I promise you, I woke up this morning and ABC, CNN, CBS, and all of them outlets gave me all kinds of conversations to talk with y'all on tonight about. Okay, so look, all right, hold on, because the sun's setting at 7 p.m. and I see shadows on the porch, Karen. I see shadows on the porch.
Okay, all right. The doorbell ringing. We getting close. Getting close.
Okay, we getting close. Okay, look. Okay, we got to let the guests in because we don't want them to leave. We got home training.
That is true.
So I want to go ahead and give tonight's super fan shout out. All right. Super fan shout out time. So y'all already know what it is. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please.
All right.
All right. You know what it is. Lean in close, because I'm going to tell you about one of my very great associates on tonight. Tonight's super fan shout out goes to, listen, the mogul, the one who's capable of doing all things herself, Miss Suri Melody Jackson. Go on and clap it up for Sister Suri on tonight.
Woo, 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 woo.
Clapping it up for our sister on tonight publicly, because if not for her, we might not even be having a conversation with tonight's guest. Not for nothing, this sister be putting everybody on. And as she's putting everybody on, she is sharing every creative gift that God has given her. So tonight, Suri, I have got to celebrate you and give you the superfan shout out. You know why? Because of you and your example of boldness and braveness, many of us have the capacity to continue to go on, even through adversity. You're a woman of strength. You're a woman of prayer. And we over here at the Unhinged Live Cap, understand, sister girl, once you come on over here and have a conversation with us, you are tried forever. So with you in this transition, because what's the gospel song? Life is filled with swift transition, right? Listen, we understand what happens when God pulls our coattail and he calls us out to pivot and change the direction that we're moving in. And we also know that his word is true. He's a promise keeper. He cannot lie. So, Suri, I look forward to the new thing that God is doing in you, what he'll continue to build through you, the connections. And baby, I'm looking forward to the music. Because I promise you, your name fits you oh so well. You are a melody when you pass by. And, I can imagine when heaven looks down on you, God got a big old cheesy smile similar to the one I have on my face on this evening. We love you, Suri, and I look forward to celebrating with you at the Interstar Trailblazer Awards in a couple of weeks. Time is flying. Time is flying.
It is.
So look,
It is.
I'm looking at the time, and we've been here a little while, and I'm acting up and talking too much on tonight, Karen. So I'm gonna go ahead and sip this here water.
Okay.
So I could go ahead and bring in tonight's guest. Hold up. Oh yeah, that's that good high quality H2O.
All right
Yeah.
now.
So
The name
about
and water.
tonight's guest, are you ready, Karen?
I think I am.
Listen, let me talk to you about tonight's guest. I had the opportunity to make this young king's acquaintance a little over a year ago when I was hopping in these streets trying to make it to a Interstar Trailblazer event. It was an opportunity for us to get together, network, and meet some of the creatives that had been nominated for some of us the first time. Listen, I hit the location up round the way, and when I walked in the room, this young king greeted me like he had known me forever. He embraced me, and I promise you, I felt the magic of love. All right. Hey, listen, you know about that good old hug that got some emotion to it.
Yes.
Well, that's the hug that I got from a young stranger on tonight. Karen, go ahead and bring this young man in the room.
Oh, of course.
We are bringing into the room none other than the Breakthrough Interstar Trailblazer Award. Yo, throw him up. Yeah, throw him up. Alahji DáQuan, y'all.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here tonight.
I'm so happy that you were available, and I want to go ahead and say thank you in advance for your yes.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome. So you already know what it is. I'm sitting here and I'm kind of like, you know what happens, Karen. You know, God be dropping these downloads in my head, and I kind of want to turn the direction of where we gonna go. So tonight I'm not gonna start out acting up, Karen. All right, I can't guarantee what's gonna happen later on in the show.
Right.
So
we've already identified birthdays. We've already identified that there will be birthday shenanigans with the whole supermoon. Yeah, it's a lot going on.
There's a whole lot going on. So I've been keeping myself covered in prayer and scripture to make sure that I don't Virgo out on anybody. See how it just popped out just now? Listen, I don't need to be popping out on people because, we got to keep these peaceful vibes. So Alahji, before we get into it, is there anyone that you would like to take the opportunity to say hello to offer greetings to?
I see Rhonda is with us. So I would like to shout Miss Rhonda out. I love her so much. She will also be the recipient of our runway royalty in April. She will be crowned at that event. So I'm
come on now.
Miss Rhonda, I would like to shout out, you guys already said it, Serene Melody. I love her so much. I'm forever in debt to her. I would also like to shout out to Alicia Smith, you guys for having me, and all of my peers, my friends, my peers, my family, my sister. So those people.
All right, thank you.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I know you are, baby. I know you are, and I'm excited too. So listen, if you could go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, your mom and daddy name. You got a couple brothers and sisters? Talk to us.
Okay, so my name is Alahji DáQuan, which Alahji Robinson. I have a long name. It's Alahji DáQuan Shabazz Robinson. Yes, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush to be precise. I grew up in a family. I have 9 siblings. It's 10 of us all together. I'm the 9th child out of 10 siblings. I grew up middle class, but living in the hood, sort of. I've always loved fashion. I've always loved clothes. I loved when my dad took me shopping. I've always loved it ever since I was a little kid. I was a child model back in 1998. I'm telling my age now, y'all. But yes. Yeah, I've been a child model since 1998 for the Brooklyn Hospital Center. And yeah, besides that, I am now entrepreneur. I'm the new president of Lehigh Valley Fashion Week, which Sari passed that down to me. I also own my new fashion week that is launching October 19th. Next month is NEPA Fashion Week. I'm also a model. I'm dabbing into music as well. Yeah, that's it about me. I just love it. I'm just love being a vessel. This is what God called me to do. So I'm just so excited. I'm just yeah.
You know, Alahji, I appreciate you sharing just kind of like the overview, but we digging deeper tonight. Just kind of, you know, buckle up because we
Okay,
want
no,
to
that's
know more about, you know, all of the work. So, you
yeah.
know, the work that now you will be leading and spearheading with the Lehigh Valley Fashion Week and all
Yeah.
of the stuff. I imagine that comes with a lot of excitement on maybe all of the ideas because, you know, for most creatives, when we come into a space, yes, we are humble. Yes, we are there to learn. But then when they give us the leading reins, it say, "All right, this baby is yours now. What you gonna do with it?" I imagine that shows up just a little bit differently. So,
Mhm.
what, as you think about the next year plus ahead in the future of Lehigh Valley Fashion Week, what is maybe one or two things that is probably the most exciting as you think about, all right, where are we going to go from here?
The most exciting thing is I believe Sari has done an amazing job with Lehigh Valley Fashion Week. It has been a pillar in the community for over 10 years prior to me even meeting Sari. So
Mm-hmm.
with what we're trying to bring and what we're trying to do with Lehigh Valley Fashion Week, we're trying to like broaden the audience because you know it's
Right.
a certain demographic in the Lehigh Valley that that usually attends Lehigh Valley Fashion Week. So we're trying to expand that. We're trying to like we want all walks of life to come together. People, models of different shapes, sizes, backgrounds. We want them to all come together. So we're trying to make this into something bigger. And we're also thinking about taking it on the road. We're currently working on a production, bringing the Lehigh Valley Fashion Week brand to New York Fashion Week.
Nice. Nice. See, I knew it was more to it. I know you come in here like, yep, I'm just doing a little something. No, sir.
I'm
It's
just
all
chilling.
in the air. It is all in
Yes.
the air. Love it.
I'm just chilling. That was you, Elijah. So listen, you just spoke about you being handed the baton for Lehigh Valley
Yes.
Fashion Week. So I want to go ahead and throw this up really quick because we love to support all of our tribe in everything that you endeavor to do. So I know y'all can see this, screenshot it if necessary. If you can't screenshot it, y'all already know how to find this here video on the platform. If you get to like 18 minutes and 20 seconds in, you're going to find this here flyer. Okay. And Alahji, you can see this. Why don't you go ahead and give the people the information about NEPA Fashion Week?
Okay, so NEPA Fashion Week, it was supposed to originally be a 4-day event, but I wanted to go ahead and just have a pilot. I just want to test. I want to test out the demographic of that area. So NEPA is Northeast Pennsylvania. That's what it stands for. Um, and that caters to outside of the Lehigh Valley, which is the Poconos, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, Stroudsburg, those areas. So fashion out there, I've been living in that area for what, like 5-6 years now, and I've noticed that they didn't have anything. They aren't fashion forward. No offense to anybody from there, but like there's nothing really fashion forward about that area. Like in Pennsylvania, you have to go to Philadelphia. You got to go to the Lehigh Valley now because of Suri Melody, um, Pittsburgh, like, but Scranton and the NEPA area, no. So what I'm doing with that event, this is actually going to be a pilot event. It's going to be fashion forward. It's going to be a lot of designers. We're also going to have a award ceremony, a ribbon cutting, and we're just going to showcase models from all walks of life. You'll see plus size models, you'll see petite models, you'll see disabled models. Like you'll see because everybody can model, and there's isn't a stand well in the modeling world, there's a standard look that you have to you have to look a certain way. But with us, no, that is not what everybody looks like. What we're trying to do is we're trying to change that. We're trying to break those barriers. And this event, you will get that there.
Well, look,
It
I'm
is
coming back to the flyer because I
yes,
want to make sure you put the information out there so people know how to get
yes,
together and purchase their tickets.
yes. So the Eventbrite will be up at midnight tonight. And it is October 19th, 2024, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., which I see that it's not on the flyer. I'm going to speak to my digital creator outside of that. But yeah, it's from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is at the Sidney and Pauline Friedman Jewish Community Center, which is in Kingston, Pennsylvania. Tickets will be on sale for $15. 10 of those $15 will go to an organization that caters either sheltered women or the homeless or sheltered women.
I love it. I
Yes.
love it. We out here looking good on these runway streets for a cause. And that is absolutely the purpose. I know for me years ago, I went through Barbizon to hone some of my runway skills. And so I would know how to walk and present the curvy girls confidently on the runway. I entered the industry when, they wasn't showing the thick girls no love on the runway. So, I was out there back in the day, Emmy, Sharon Quinn. Shout out to Gwendolyn DeVoe, the runway diva.
Oh, I love her.
I got to train with her at the Plus Academy.
Gwen DeVoe is a icon.
Legend. She's legend.
I met her, I believe, if it's not a little over a year ago, probably maybe 2 years ago. I met her at the Full Figure Industry Awards, New York City, and she just embraced me. And it was just like she's just amazing.
Like the fairy runway mother or something.
Yeah, godmother of so in the Plus community, she's like our fairy godmother. She's the one like. In order to get in that community and get in that space, you got to go through Gwen DeVoe.
That's what you got to go through.
So shout out to Gwen DeVoe. I love her so much.
Yeah, shout out to Gwen DeVoe and all of the wonderful work she's now doing with the Silver Foxes.
Oh, yes.
Baby, yeah. I can't wait for my hair to turn all the way white so I can go on over there and hang out with Diva again.
Yes. Yes, and that's another thing that we focus on with Lehigh Valley Fashion Week and NEPA Fashion Week. We also like to highlight, like with runway royalty. We like to highlight those who are of age, who are 40 and up. Like, so we have the 40 plus goddesses showcase, and we have like the platinum runway royalty crown. That platinum is for women that are 50 and up.
Yes.
So we like to showcase because some of those models they've been modeling before and they feel like the industry like kind of like shoved them out because of their age. But once you're a model, you are always a model. Once you're a model, you are always a model. So yeah, so and Gwen DeVoe, like she ushered that in that Silver Fox category, and like to like showcase the models that are aging, and they're aging pretty well because they look damn good.
Yes, they
pardon my French, but they look
looking good. It's something to
be one of them. How about that?
Yeah,
come on.
Just this ain't nothing but a little Beijing.
You own it.
This ain't nothing but a little Beijing. But look, I wanted to talk to you, and I wanted to ask you, what do you believe, or how do you believe your runway experience has actually helped you with your personal levels of confidence in your day-to-day life?
Okay, so it has helped me tremendously. As a child, I was not a big, because I'm a bigger stature. I am a plus model. As a child, I was not plus. So as I got older, I gained weight and everything. I did not have confidence. I was only doing print modeling when I was younger. I never did runway. At all. I was approached probably like 12 years ago to do runway modeling? And I was like, no, because I didn't see that on the runway. I did not see plus size models on the runway. I only saw people that were skinny, that were not that were tall, slim statured. So I was like, I always turned it down. But it was a day where I happened to see a fashion show locally, and I was like, all right, let me just give it a try. And that local fashion show, that's where I met Serene Melody. And I met her at a local fashion show. And just by getting on the runway, I was feeling insecure. I'm like, I'm bigger than everybody. Like, oh God, like y'all gonna put me in clothes where my shirt is off? No, like I got man chest, like I got dad belly. And then they was like, no, you have to own it. Sari was like, own it. She was telling me, go out there and you do it. And then that day, it was just like, ever since it just clicked. I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. Like, I just go out there, shirt off, shirt on. I don't care. Like, I'm gorgeous. I feel like I'm a gorgeous, handsome young man. So, just walking the runway, it gave me so much confidence that I could just go out there and just be myself and just own it. Like I just told you, own it. Like just to own it. So
walk it like you talk it.
So much
Walk
confidence to go out into the world, to step into different spaces and rooms and meetings, and it's just like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I'm no longer insecure in my appearance. I feel my level of confidence is like nobody can tell me.
Love it.
If you're not God, you can't tell me anything.
I love it. So listen, we've got a question from our comment streets. You know, we keep it popping out here in these comment streets. And so this question comes from Rhonda, and the question is, was your family accepting of your decision to go into modeling? And yes or no, how did you feel? And how did you overcome it if they were not as supportive as you wished that they were?
Oh, my dad pushed me into modeling. I basically had no choice as a kid. He was like, my kid is handsome, so I want him to be like. So my dad was the main one. My mother, she wasn't as enthusiastic. She was let him be a kid. Da da da. So yeah. So basically, my dad, he was, pardon me, little allergies. Yeah, so my dad, he was very enthusiastic. Say if I had a scratch on my face, he was like, "Oh no, we got to get the aloe. Let's put that on there." He was really like into, like he wanted me to model. He wanted me to act and everything. But as I got older, my mother was like, "No, you got to focus on school." Da, da, da. So they kind of took me out of that. So I stopped modeling for about 8 to 10 years before I came back into the game as an adult. And they was just like, if you want to do it, that's you, but just make sure. They made sure I got my degree first. It was like, get your degree and you could do whatever you want to do.
What you want to do?
Yes.
Do what you want to do. I know that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So I got my degree. I got my degree a couple years ago in surgical technology.
Good stuff.
Okay, surgical technology. Now, I love how you naturally segued my next question. There's so much synergy in tonight's conversation. Now, I know I recently shared, well, not recently, a few months back, I shared that I was, celebrating my 1 year cancer free. And, I always be out here watching. And I also saw around the same time that you were also sharing a testimony of your health journey and something that your faith in God empowered you to overcome. Would you mind sharing this testimony? Because as I said to you, you already know what it is. Revelation 12:11. Somebody needs to hear what you have to say so that they can go get checked out and get the assistance that they need.
Yes. So health is definitely wealth. I still have things I have to work on. But it was January of last year. Yeah, I believe it was December of last year. I was getting weird pains. I'm a 3-time COVID survivor, by the way. So I was just like, it was just getting some weird pains, like my back, like my groin area, like just different like weird sensations. I'm like, I'm like into my work, my modeling stuff, so I'm not active. So I'm like, I went to the doctor. I was like, can y'all test me? Like, what is going on? negative. Okay. I'm just going around like, and it's just like getting back pain. The back pain disappeared, went away. Then a couple of weeks later, I had like prickly feelings like all over my body, like a pins and needles feeling. And I'm like, something is wrong. Like, I just feel messed up. So my doctors, they were like, all right, so all of your panels came back negative. But we do see elevated like white blood cells or something like that. So they was like, and I was telling them, I'm like, yeah, my back hurts and I'm getting like it's like electric shocks in my body. So I'm like, okay. They was like, we're gonna send you out for MRI. They was like, oh, MRI looks good. However, they called me immediately. They said, oh, we see something with your bone marrow. So they was like, we need to see you ASAP. We need blood work. So they were like working me up. They told me that it could be leukemia or lymphoma. So I'm like I was stunned because 5 years ago my father passed away from cancer. So I'm like, oh my God. So it was like literally 2 months of just like stress. I was crying. I was depressed. I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna die? Like I was thinking this way, like, am I gonna die? Am I gonna go through chemotherapy? Am I like, and they was just like all of my labs, everything was coming back abnormal. Like they scanning everywhere and they was like, yeah, it's your bone marrow. Like this is going on. Then they was telling me we have to biopsy it out. We have to biopsy it. We have to make sure you're too young to be going through this. And we have to biopsy it out. So that one, that was a painful one. They they dug in my bone marrow, they took spinal fluid out of my spine just to see what was going on, because it was like those tingly feelings. Like after, and it's the ironic thing is after they took the piece of bone marrow out, all of my levels started like leveling out. They was like, okay, your labs are normal again. Like after the prickly feelings left and everything. So that took a while. Like I waited about a week or two after that. They was like, I got my results. My dad, I actually had a dream the night before my results came back, and my dad was like, you see, it's negative. And then the next morning, it popped up on my phone. Oh, the results of this biopsy is negative. You do not have any form of cancer, but so we will not be searching for anything else. And when I tell you I felt like a lab rat, I felt like a lab rat. And my anxiety took over. My anxiety, even after the biopsy, my anxiety and depression took over. I'm like, oh my God, what if they were wrong? What if I am sick? Or what if I am going to end up like my father? So I had to lean into my faith. I dug deeper and I found that scripture, Proverbs 3, chapter 3, verses 5-6, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lead not into your own understanding. So it's basically like God already said no, like it's not happening. So everything turned out good. They monitored me for a year, but I was still struggling with oh my God, like is something gonna happen to me? So it was just it was overwhelming because I had so many doctors and nurses and everybody just coming at me so it was just a lot. So I had to dig deep and just get into my faith and just like lean on God and not into my own understanding. That everything was going to be okay. I felt alone. I went to these appointments alone half of the time. Yes. So it was just me and it was God. God was the only one in the room with me. So
I'm glad you said that.
So that was a crazy experience. And just like how could this help others? You asked how it helped others, right? So basically after I had this bone marrow biopsy, I went to a doctor's appointment after the follow-up, and the lady checking me out was so scared, talking to her coworker, like, oh, I'm scared. I heard the bone marrow biopsy hurt. Oh my God. Like, I don't want to go for it. And I go to her and I'm like, not to be in your business, ma'am, but literally like a week or two ago, I had a bone marrow biopsy. It is painful. I'm not going to lie, but whoever is Angela Conley, I appreciate that. I was definitely not alone. God was there. And I told the lady, I told her, I said, it is a painful procedure. It is nerve-wracking waiting on the results, but get it. Like she had a condition, a pre-existing condition that caught like dealing with her blood. So I told her, just go for it. You need to get it over with. Don't listen to Google, because that's what I did. Google will put you in the grave before
You
you
began listening to Google.
Yes. Oh, you put in a headache. You just might as well write your will.
Yeah, you got a tumor.
Yeah, I told her don't go on Google, and it definitely Angela. I feel like he used me. He like I just told her, just go for it, and just make sure just go and make sure you have like a supportive team around you, and just get it done. It's better to know than to not know. And then I saw her months down the line. She was like, I went for it. And yeah, I still got my condition because she has an uncurable condition, but she'll be okay. But she said it wasn't as bad as what she was expecting. So I feel like I was placed in that position to come and tell this young lady what was going on, like with her, like to get her to go under that procedure, because she's been dodging it for about a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some amazing encouragement, because a lot of times we think worst case scenario, it's a human thing. It's a human thing, and what Rhonda says here is so powerful. It's like the brain absorbs what you tell it, and knowing that after the doctors, after the prayer, after everything, not only could you convince yourself that you were okay, but to take that power and share it in the form of encouragement to somebody else, who is then able to see, some at least elevated solutions on her health journey as well. And a lot of times, we will sit down thinking like, oh, woe is me, I'm the only one. And I promise you, this was something that I had shared with somebody, probably in one of these Facebook groups. And then I started seeing people that I actually know in real life. Like, wait a minute, this was you too? I had this. But imagine the support how much further you go when you have the support, whether it's somebody or even at that time you being a stranger. And now you are also not only have such a strong testimony, but you're a part of her testimony as well. Like, that is amazing.
That's amazing. And I never thought about that. I was saying, oh, my testimony. I never thought of like me being a part of her testimony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just that time in my life, it was just hard. Yeah. It was incredibly hard. And even after, like I told you, even after, I was always, every headache I got, oh my God, it's a cancer. Oh my God, God, please, God. Like, I was getting too paranoid, but I was like, you know what, man, things are out of our control. God has control, and like, it is what it is. And like, I can't live like that. I can't live like that.
Because God hasn't given us the spirit of fear, but that of power, love, and of a sound mind. And again, to parrot what Rhonda and Karen said, you took that power and turned things around. Now you all out here in these streets on go. So
yes, I took a break from modeling for like 8 months, almost a year, because of that, because going to the doctor, going to like turn down a lot of shows. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not in the mood to go. Like, I did all of that. I put all of that on the back burner, and I was all depressed and like scared and everything. And it was like, it's okay not to be okay, but just don't live in it.
Wait, stop that. Wait, rewind that back and say it again for the people in the back.
Okay. So
it's okay.
Okay to not be okay. Just do not live in it. Because you'll realize that you are alive, but you are not living.
Come on now. Woo! Come on, cousin. What we saying? Listen.
I would throw a shoe, but I ain't trying to tear up my technology in the house because I need to broadcast.
They may not make it.
Okay, that was it. That was it. You said it, and that's it. So now I can imagine, I know what I started doing after, the doctors confirmed what the Lord had already told me. They weren't going to find nothing and it wasn't going to be no cancer. Yeah, baby, all bets are off.
Yes.
Do you hear me? I'm out here taking no L's, taking no shorts. I'm after everything that God has for me because it's mine.
That
Yep.
part.
And he spared my life. He spared your life so we could go out here and go get it.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And that and
so
that and that month that I won that Trailblazer Award was the last month that doctor saw me. He was like, "You're good. Just come back to me if you get any problems, any symptoms. Just come
Love
back
it.
to me." But he discharged me literally couple days after the Trailblazer Awards, and it was like that whole year, like it was my breakthrough moment.
exactly. So hold that up again. We want to see that. I need to put that out there some more because I am believing God for you to win again this year because
Now,
I understand what it will mean for you as a plus male in the industry
Oh,
where you are absolutely a precious gem. You are a diamond, and it was right on time that you were given that award before you were discharged. It's almost as if look, God said, here you go, son.
that part.
boom.
Let me give you a physical reminder that I'm always with you, that I'll never leave you, that I will never forsake you. And be encouraged, Alahji. Be
Yeah.
encouraged. Be encouraged, because everything in God is yes and amen.
Amen and amen.
And as long as you continue to let love be your guide, there is nothing that you will not be able to accomplish. So I'm grateful that we get to be a part of your journey and
Thank
we get to have a front row seat
you. Yes.
to what God is about to do with your life and all of your collective gifts next. I am looking
Yes.
at this clock and the time is just moving. It's just gone. That's right, Paris.
Yeah.
You know,
Come
I'm about to
on.
throw that
Like
clock out the window because I
come
could do what I
on.
wanted to this our show.
That
This our
part.
show.
What we
All
do?
right. So listen, I'm gonna talk to you about these here gifts, and it's one gift that we haven't spoken about in this part of the show. You do the music thing too. How
Yeah.
long have you been dropping bars and dabbling in these streets?
So basically, I started off in a church choir as I was one of the singers. You know, I sung in a church choir. I don't do too much singing now, but I also I write poetry, right? So I have poetry books since I was in like high school and everything. So I was just and my brother he loves to rap and everything, but he's not into it anymore. So I was just talking. I was with Sari, and then they were like, "Okay." She was that song. I guess I don't know if you guys heard it. It's called "Pose Vogue." Like, yeah. So she was like, "Dang, I need a remix. I need a remix. I need a remix to that song." So it was just like I was like, "Okay, I write poetry," and I noticed that poetry and rap is basically the same thing, but just over a rhythm. So I was like, okay, it was like Sari, like, and she was just showing me like how like the flow and the cadence of a song goes. And then we got in the studio, we did that, and it's been going ever since. Like I have like 2 new songs. My next song will be out next week. And then for Interstar, I'm dropping a single for during Interstar weekend as well. So I can't wait for everybody to hear it. And yeah, the music is in my blood. My dad was a DJ back in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s. So yeah, like I've always loved music. Music got me through everything. It gets me through everything. There's a song for every feeling, for every season. Like music is just, I love music. So
Yep.
yeah, like this rapping, and I'm gonna try to dabble back into singing, but rap this, yeah, I just got into it, and it's just something that I fell in love with again.
Well, you are very good at it. You are absolutely
Thank
talented, sir. You are a true Renaissance man. I know you see this big old smile you just bring into my
thank
face.
you.
I hope the people in the viewing and listening audience are enjoying you as much as we are
Yeah,
here on the show tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
But I gotta ask you. Then brought up the music, and I was hoping you would go there because you's a whole Beyonce fan.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Mega. I love her. Like,
Yes.
I love her. I love her.
Give me your top 3 Beyonce
What
songs. What's your top 3?
songs?
Just the
Oh,
song.
I don't know if I could do that. Wow.
I told you it would be shenanigans. I did.
Yeah,
I gotta go there.
that's really hard.
Almost
Like, if you gave
impossible.
me,
Okay,
like,
okay. So I'm gonna dial that back.
Like from each album, you maybe I could do that. Like my favorite.
All right, so you want to do each album? All right, because I'm a fan of the whole Destiny's Child.
Oh, me too.
Empire. I've been riding since day one. I can't say I'm necessarily part of the Beehive, but I am a Beyonce fan.
Yeah, I'm in her fan club, like the Beehive.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that get online and just torment others because they got their opinion of her.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I'm not one of those.
Not the torment.
Okay. All right. Let's get into a little. Let's get into a little B quick trivia.
Okay.
All right. You want me to go there because I know some things. Okay. She did the soundtrack to The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite song off of that soundtrack?
Okay. All right, because I do like Spirit. Bigger.
Yes. You're
Bigger.
part of something.
I like Bigger, and I also like My Power.
I lost 20 pounds to that song on the elliptical.
Yeah, I like My Power, but like something way bigger. Like I like Bigger.
Yes.
Bigger
for
is
me,
yeah.
For me, off that project, Find Your Way Back.
Ooh.
Big world, but you got it, baby. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Sasha Fierce. Favorite song?
Sasha Fierce. Disappear.
Okay.
Disappear.
Renaissance.
Plastic Off the Sofa.
Oh.
Yes, Plastic Off the Sofa.
Well, I must say that
Virgo's Groove. That's right after Plastic Off the Sofa. Did you hear the transition that
it transitioned perfectly?
That go into that song.
Come through.
Yes. I love a Virgo. My dad was a Virgo.
The grand finale, baby, is going down. I'm putting the warnings out now about to be
I love a Virgo.
Friday.
I love a Virgo. Virgos are amazing people.
Thank you.
Yes. But yeah, Plastic Off the Sofa.
All right. I think that that does it for my Beyonce trivia with you on tonight. Thank you so much for participating. I'm looking at Coach Cash, and I know she is absolutely grateful that I didn't ask the typical question that I usually ask on tonight. So listen, thank you all for tuning in. You are tuned into Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my very good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell, Coach Cash herself of Twisted Threads LLC. And you are, listen, y'all in the middle of an amazing conversation with our guest on tonight, a true Renaissance man indeed, Alahji DáQuan. Alahji, thank you so much. And from my understanding, you hanging out with us all night.
Oh yeah, I got time.
All right,
so I got the time today.
He's got time today.
Time today.
Can't wait to go out and play. Well, let me so I enjoy me some Beyonce.
Yes.
So listen, before we go ahead and transition into the music break,
you got her in concert though too.
Huh?
Got to see her in concert. You saw her?
I know. Maybe next time.
Yeah, join her fan club because people be like, "Oh, her ticket's too expensive." The fan
club.
No,
there be breaks. There be deals.
She's giving it to us a little cheap. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the intel on how to get the
intel. Yes.
So how can our listeners get in contact with you to perhaps collaborate on the runway, in the studio? How can they connect with you?
You can follow me, contact me on Instagram primarily which is Alahji DáQuan. Just my name that you see on the screen. Just add it all together. ALAHJIDAQUAN. That is on Instagram. Email, you can email me at Robinson Alahji, which is ROBIN, that's SONALAHJI at gmail.com. My Facebook is a little private, so that's for people that that's a private page, but primarily through Instagram. And you can also go to Lehigh Valley Fashion Week on Instagram, as well as NEPA Fashion Week. And you can contact me through any of those avenues. And I'm pretty responsive. I respond quickly.
Yes, you do. I can attest to that. He does respond quickly. So listen, we got to move it along because we got some stuff to talk about on this evening. Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. So listen, I got to go ahead and toss it on over to Coach Cash because it's going to be some shoulder shaking in the building in a moment. Coach Cash, let's get into it.
I'm ready. Now, y'all know this is the time of the evening where you take off the coach and you put the DJ in front of the Cash, and then I transform from Coach Cash to DJ Cash. And tonight we are highlighting, that's right, a selection from our special guest this evening. And so, yes, we are bringing to you the Pose Vogue remix by our own Alahji DáQuan and Siri Melody. We are super excited. Listen, y'all know that I live for these few moments where I get to put my DJ hat on and we get to do our shoulder shake, as Tilted has already mentioned. So listen, like we about to get into it. Y'all ready for it? Because here we go. All right now. Listen.
New York, stand up. Big love. How about with a bag full of pose? Show up. That is chick. Show up. Full of confidence all 1,000. That is chick and it's John with the bankroll.
Now it's time to celebrate. Hope they realize confidence is super fly. I've been on the rise. Watch you criticize.
Just have victimized, show enough entertainment. Hope you see the vibe.
Real ones by my side, and it's like that. Through the ups and all of the downs,
I bounce right back.
get into the money, stacking to the sky, taking trips, reaching heights, catching new flights. That's just affirmations, that's just destinations.
I can't tell you where I'm going cause it's new location.
I can tell you where I'm from with no hesitation. I walk through, start slaying with no conversation.
I'm posing, but I ain't voguing. Call me the runway assassin, get it in, no captain. Suit and tie down, mind my business round town. Suit and tie down, mind my business round town. When you see me every time, I mean what I say. Standing on business, ain't no games to ever play. I ain't worried about them trolls, they already know. I step out with a bag full of bankroll.
I'm gonna turn it up.
That is chick with a purse full of bankroll. Baddest chick in this job with the bankroll.
Ow!
Thank you. I appreciate that. What's up? Like I'm just so proud of that track. That track has been doing actually pretty decently, locally and sort of internationally on streaming platforms. So we have reached 13,000 streams on Spotify so far with that track, which is pretty decent for independent artists. And yeah, we've been getting really good. We've been having good traction and good. We've been well received. So I'm just grateful.
Well, listen, I'm grateful for the trek because I'm sure you saw the shoulder shaking we had going on behind the
Yes,
scenes.
and I appreciate that. Oh my God, I can't wait
Oh,
till you guys hear the new tracks that I'm coming out with. It's gonna, y'all gonna love it.
Well, make sure you share whatever you're doing in the future with
Yes.
us.
Oh,
You,
definitely. I think you guys are gonna like the next track I got called, it's called Sweet Love, and
okay.
it samples Anita Baker's Sweet Love.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So that
Holler at
song,
me because you know you put it over. So we likes to support. Okay, we like the support over here. So shoot that over to us. So we can get you some airtime and some playtime on the Spotify. I know I'm responsible for at least 100 of those spins on Spotify for y'all. Because you know, I get on people's nerves. They get in my car. They're like, "What are you listening to?" I said, "My friends, mind your business."
yes, I appreciate that. Like, come on, like that's just exciting. That's
My
not
friends.
I love it.
Listen, supporting folks is what we do. All right. It's not even a thing that we like to do. This is in our DNA. It is the purpose that this platform has been birthed the way that it has. It's not just a one side or a two side. Listen, we got so many sides. This will just keep on spinning on and on and on as we continue to support all of the work. You know, we okay, listen, we're gonna support you, but if it's trash, you okay, never mind. All right. What we talking about? We was talking about something.
Come on.
Ow, come on.
Yes, I had to let this little breakthrough trailblazer meet his cousin. Yeah.
Hey, cousin.
That's it.
Hey,
cousin. Oh, wait.
Hey, cousin.
Look. It's on both sides. Did you see that? Did you see? It's on both sides. Look. Yeah, we got to put that out there. Yeah, we're being playful right now.
Yes.
That's right.
When it says male model
listen.
on the next one, the next one is going to say male model.
And this is going to be, it's going to say Unhinged Live.
Come on now.
Unhinged Live. Live. And no, but shout out to the fellas that are in the category with me, because like a win for one is a win for all. Yes, I would love to win, but like everybody in that category deserve it. I'm coming for it. I'm coming for it.
Listen, it was very hard to vote for the male model because I was like, I love all of them. Jesus, how many times can I vote?
But no, definitely. Shout out to them. But that win for me will be groundbreaking because I'm a plus male model. I'm the only plus model in that category. So for me to win that and be in the conversation in itself is amazing. But to take home the W is amazing. So shout out to the other nominees. But I just that boy got home.
Yeah, so listen. We got to get into it. That was our, Interstar Trailblazer Awards. Look, I'm gonna throw this up real quick. Bow. That's all the information. October 12th, Miller Symphony Hall, Allentown, Pennsylvania. VIP red carpet dinner starts at 3:30. The awards show and ceremony 6:30. It is definitely shaping up to be a night to remember. So if you haven't already purchased your tickets, please, ma'am, please, sir, head on over to interstar.org and purchase your tickets. I believe Interstar has a special discount code out there even now for those of you who've not yet purchased your tickets. Shout out to Jacinth Headlam and the team for being mindful of everyone. And I'm looking forward to being in the number alongside all of the contributors here at Unhinged Live. So now we're about to get petty. Listen. It's time, y'all, for views from the petty pew. Lord have mercy.
Spicy.
I got to fan myself, like Queen Beyonce said in one of her songs lyrically, fan myself off.
I'm hot.
I got to cool down because I'm a little heated. I'm a little heated about some of the political antics that have been going on. And I got to be real petty because one thing about our people, we are so creative. And for the last week, I have enjoyed so many versions of they're eating the pets, they're eating the
the
cat,
cat.
they're eating the dog, they're eating the pets, eating the pets, eating the pets. What in the world?
First of all, could we just say the moment that it came out of his mouth, we was like, that was a moment of silence in my house. I'm just gonna say it's
Baby,
like,
the internet
I
wastes no
hollered.
time.
It's laughable. I hollered. Okay.
What?
I didn't even holler
What?
with a D. I hollered with a T at the end. I hollered.
Yes.
Okay, the cackle that I let forth.
The cackling that happened, it was like, wait, what? This when the mic should have been turned off, but that's another story. Like, turn that dog mic off.
Pretty much, that's how we would have did it in the choir. You know me, Karen. Turn
that mic off.
Cut his mic. Hey, that was a wild moment that millions of us witnessed together nationwide. And I promise you, no matter what walk of life you come from, I promise you, I see the TikTok video from just about everyone, including some of these here animals that had no problem being thrown in pots and pans on stoves with loud seasoning hovering. Baby, I've had the time of my life with this here foolishness. But I will say this, because though I'm being petty, I will not tell you how to get involved politically, because like Auntie Tab says, that's your business.
That's your business.
But it is our business here that, yeah, we're laughing and we're joking along with the rest of the world. But hey, don't let the laughter become a distraction from you knowing what you need to know in this season. A lot of what we see going on is just outlandish. It is just outlandish. I done pulled out a word I haven't used in a long time, just outlandish. Not only do we have eating the cats and eating the dogs, we got this here senator that done let a not so kind word slip through his lips and then try and backpedal, talking about that's not what he said. Really, sir?
That part.
Really, sir?
I wanna give a shout out to, you know, our Haitian brothers and sisters, because, you know, I know it's a lot going on over there in Springfield, but I gotta say this. For those who know the peoples, we can take a moment and put comedy to it and have some comic relief, because we already know. We already know what it is not. And so we send in all our love and prayers. Yes, we laughing about, but we laughing at the absurdity for the person who said it. But we are always in support of our brothers and sisters from around the globe. Don't matter what your address is. So sending all of the goodness, because Lord, I don't even know. And what'd you say, Rhonda? Rhonda say recordings don't lie. Recordings do not lie. So
yeah, he didn't catch himself as quickly as Madam Vice President did when she
didn't use her favorite word.
Body language. We all knew exactly what sis was saying without her saying it. Now, that is class, undeniable. And you know, I you know, there's so many young folks around that this is their first opportunity to participate in the legislative process, and it just kind of pains my heart to see that this is where we've come to as a nation when it comes to running for the highest office in this country. And one of the most, actually what they refer to currently, I'm pretty sure it's going to change in the future should certain things happen, but you know, they refer to it as the most powerful position in the world. And with such power comes great responsibility. So I hope that we're not just voting off of a piece of the puzzle, that we're all taking a step back and basically seeing the Van Gogh of it all, if that makes any sense. We all, he had a different type of painting style where everything was a beautiful mess, to the point where the things that he sold were almost priceless, or break your pockets if you try and purchase them. So y'all just be careful out here in these streets, because it's a lot of outlandish behavior going on. I see you, Elijah. What do you have to add to this
No,
conversation?
I was just saying, like, I just want people my age and younger to be mindful. Like, yeah, we are on TikTok. Yeah, we are playing, we are joking because it was just it was laughable, basically. And it's not a game, and we understand that as adults. Like, we understand that it's not a game. We're laughing about it because it was funny, like, because it's just like he's playing child games. But be mindful, like, you have to, like, the importance about voting, about going out, making your voice heard. And these, some, like you said, some of these children, it's their first time voting. I voted for I'm not unbiased. I voted for Barack Obama when I turned 18. I was like, oh yeah, oh he's staying right in office. So when I turned 18, yes, I voted, and it felt good. I felt like I had a voice, and you don't have to go based off of what your parents or your family how they feel. It's how you feel. So if you believe in just different, like, women's rights, like just racial equality, like the women's rights with their bodies, even LGBTQ plus community, their rights, everybody's rights is at stake. The elderly, everything is at stake. And just the importance, like, I've seen young kids saying, oh, I'm voting for such and such because we're going to get a stimulus check. No, it's worth more than $1,200.
Bull.
So, like, this is important. It's not a laughing matter, because we can't go back. We can't go back, especially with the racial tension that I've endured, because I moved to Pennsylvania during his term, and the racial, like it was just like the way it impacted me by his team, because where I live right now, it's like MAGA city, like it's everything Trump, or it's just no way. I don't even know how I got here. My cousin was like, move out here, but yeah. And I noticed that, and then once he left office, it kind of like they went back into hiding. So we can't go back. We can't go back. So it is important to vote, and I encourage all people from ages 30 and under to go out there and vote. And also at my NEPA Fashion Week event, we do have vendors out there that will register you.
All right.
Okay.
So, yes.
Clearly, Elijah is about that life, y'all.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. I'm voting blue. I'm not. I mean, you do whatever is for you, but yeah, we voting for Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. Yeah. Yes, that's what we doing. That's what we doing.
Pearls
Yes.
everywhere.
The pearls.
Yes, and I think the United States is in need of a feminine touch, because, like, the men have been doing a terrible job, and I feel like a woman needs to come and correct it all, because
you heard
like,
it here first.
everything we mess up, our mama got to come in and fix it.
Come on now.
I think America, mommy, we need mommy. Come on, mommy, we need some help.
Well, listen, we're bringing her on in, even though somebody, referred to her as a childless cat lady. Whatever. The childless cat lady gonna come in and save the day. Okay. I mean, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about any of my friends, but they own cats, and not for nothing. When I need help, I promise you, they be the first ones to show up. So, how about that? Okay. Yep. So look, we gonna move it right along.
Yeah. I got a cat. My neighbors next door, they Haitian. My cat is in the house. My cat downstairs chilling. I don't know.
I just don't want to mess with you.
Yes. Come on.
But no, that someone made a comment about the childless cat women having no business being in the highest office in the country, but that's a whole other conversation.
Oh, God.
I'm like, oh, y'all, I thought I was petty and shady. Y'all are just rough with it. At least I let the Lord
Hey.
guide my tongue sometime. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, we're about to move into it. Let's go. Because there's a couple of interesting things that I would like to talk about. One of these things I actually put a pin in, so I got to sing this. We got to do the intro, Karen.
Here we go. I'm ready.
What's really going on? What's really going on?
What's really going on?
What's really going on?
What's really going on?
What's really going on?
On and on
What's
and
really
on
going
and on
on?
and on and on and on and on
What?
and on and on and on. Going on. What's
Yeah,
really
that's
going
so good. It's been a while since we did that, Karen. We didn't do that last week.
Woo!
Thank you for getting in on the remix, huh?
Oh, y'all want a remix to that?
Oh, what you got? Something off the dome? You got something off the dome? What you got?
For Unhinged remix.
Listen,
holla at me. I'll give y'all a remix for y'all next season. let me know. Let me know.
You got to holla at Bliss.
Yes.
I'll make sure y'all get connected and see what y'all come up with.
Yes.
Thank you, baby. Hey,
definitely.
We are in it. We are in the segment that I love to just bring interesting topics and thoughts to conversation. And a couple weeks ago, I actually decided to turn the news back on because I actually went through a whole digital detox where I really wasn't watching TV outside of my favorite show, Paternity Court, for about a good 3 months. But when I did turn on the news, the most interesting topic was being discussed. And they were talking about how there was some recent research that had been done. And they were talking about how microplastics can get into your brain tissue. They had actually done a study on 100 different cadavers, and they discovered micro particles of plastic in the human body all over, and especially in the brain. So I pulled up an article because I like to be a little bit actual and factual when we bring these conversations to light. And of course, to go ahead and cite my source, I'm looking at a news article from NBC News, NBCnews.com, and the headline reads, "Microplastics can get into brain tissue, study shows." The tiny scraps of plastics were found in the the olfactory bulb. Did I say that right?
Nerves, the nerve fibers.
No, it said the bulb. Wait. Ooh. The bulbs. Now, this is your area of expertise. So you help me with these words if I say them wrong, because I mess a word up in the heartbeat. Okay. Listen, the part of the brain responsible for processing smell. All right. Now, scientists in Brazil found microplastics in the brain tissues of cadavers, according to a new study published Monday in the journal Network Open, JAMA Network Open. The research over the last few years has found microplastics in every organ in the body, as well as in the bloodstream and in the plaque that clogs your arteries. Whether these ubiquitous pollutants can reach the human brain has been a primary concern for scientists. Now, if I want to go ahead and browse on down this here article, it says the latest research looked at a part of the brain called the olfactory bulb, which processes information about smell. Humans have 2 olfactory bulbs, one above each nasal cavity. So I guess you could do right here in the nasal. Connecting to the olfactory bulb and the nasal cavity is the olfactory nerve. All right. Now, previous studies in humans and animals have shown that air pollution reaches the brain and that particles have been found in the olfactory bulb, which is why we think the olfactory bulb is probably one of the first points for microplastics to reach the brain. So they took samples of the olfactory bulb tissue from 15 cadavers from people who died between the ages of 33 and 100, and samples from 8 of the cadavers contained those microplastics, tiny bits of plastics, all right, that range from 5.5 micrometers to 26.4 micrometers inside. Now, I'm going to skip a couple things. This one thing right here. They cite and they say that the most common type of plastic they found was polypropylene. Sound familiar? Followed by polyamide nylon and polyethylene vinyl acetate. Now, it says propylene is everywhere in furniture, rugs, and clothes. And we know the place we are most exposed to particles is indoors because all our homes are full of plastic. I'm going to stop right there. I know the initial thought that I had when I heard about this. And I said, well, maybe that's why you told me, Lord, to stop eating off plastic dishes years and years and years ago. And even before I heard this information, I actually threw away all of my pots and pans that actually have Teflon coating because I don't trust Teflon. And I'm grateful I did that because when I let my fingers do the walk into the Google University, I discovered why I was naturally led to let that Teflon go. I'm grateful that my grandma Versi gifted me a nice set of stainless steel pots years ago when I was a married woman. I still cook with those pots to this day, and I feel a million times better knowing that what I'm cooking in is not necessarily going to take me out. Now, as a cancer survivor, and for those of you who have had people affected and impacted by cancer of any form, you may want to pay attention to this because there's no real research to determine how the plastics trapped in the body actually impact the body. Karen, I see you nodding your head a whole very, very lot over there as I've been reading some of this information. Would you like to add to the conversation?
You know, what I want to add is, as you mentioned, taking a moment to research, not just clothes, food. Those of you who drink sodas, soft drinks, even your bottled water, depending on what the literally for sodas. So let me say this. There's a level of microplastic in almost everything in all the carbonated sodas that come in bottles. What happens is that it actually multiplies itself. How many of us have the habit of, I want my soda to stay fresh. I don't really drink soda anymore, so this ain't my thing. But you open your bottle, you drink it, you close it back up. Well, every time you open and close, you actually cause those microplastics to multiply. And then you drink them. So we're talking about how you sniff them in, how they get on your clothes and in your pores, how you drink it. And one of the things that the article highlighted is what you said about microplastics being in every area of the body. Well, it's not just getting there because we're sniffing on it, because we breathe the air. We are drinking it. We are putting it on our clothes. We have to be mindful, you know, when you think about the FDA, and the changes that have been made recently to food. We are seeing more bioengineered food. Bioengineered. What do you think they making it out of? Like, I need y'all to make it make some sense. Read these labels, because listen, I just had this conversation about how we've entered a time where there are more people addicted to food. Addicted to food. Up there with the numbers for drugs, up there with the number for, you know, different things that we used to be addicted to. So it used to be nicotine. It used to be other things that we were addicted to. You do take that snack box away from Tommy. See what happened. Okay. I bet you're going to have some problems. And there's a reason for that. We have to understand that the food that we fed our children, it's not the same. The food that our parents fed us, even the chicken, even the potato chips, they used to be potato chips. Now a lot of these chips are bioengineered because the companies are allowed to sell this stuff. Listen, this is what y'all gonna do, okay? Y'all gonna grow. We gonna get Rhonda over here. She gonna help us grow our own potatoes. We gonna cut up our own potatoes. We gonna fry them ourselves, and doggone it, that's the new tip that we gonna be eating. Because anything else, you really put yourself in a situation not knowing what it is you're consuming. And this is also why the reports of cancer are so high. They are so high, and we're trying to figure out, like, what are we doing that's causing the? We're not doing as much as the manufacturers are, but except for we are not being informed. Got to be informed.
Look, church finger.
Yes.
You notice I just posted Rhonda's statement, and again,
Yes.
another reason why, you know, people were looking at me and they be like, "You got that from Sheen?" I said, "No, I did not." Yeah. And if anybody who talks to me, you know, baby, this ain't no polyester. They call it a sustainable fabric.
Okay. So
something that's good for the environment. But I really appreciate you and your daughter. I look forward to hosting her on the show, Rhonda.
Yes.
Stay away from Shein and Temu. My daughter told me about that 5 years when she was researching Charlotte Ruth's clothing. Why are the clothes so cheap?
There's a whole Netflix documentary on Shein and the different things that's in it. And listen, I understand. I promise you, I just went shopping for clothes this week. I wish they was on sale for Temu and Shein prices. But in my mind, when we get to the end of the world and the world end, those of you who shop at those places, they're going to find y'all first. That's just me. This is just the world according to Karen. They're going to find y'all first, all y'all Temu people. They coming to get y'all at the end of the apocalypse. And then the rest of us.
I was just asking somebody, like, because I've never bought anything off of, I've bought things off of Shein. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
Yes, I have. But as far as Temu, I'm like, I've never, like, everybody's just dodging me, like, oh, I'm like, what is Temu, like, legit? They was like, yeah. I'm like, but I never found myself going over to Temu. Because
I don't
like,
know.
why is it so cheap? Like my dad always said, you buy cheap, you get cheap. What is that?
You do. I mean, that TikTok shop be getting me too, but that's a whole nother story. We don't know where this stuff come from. We'll not, but we do have to be mindful. Like, yes, we all have bad habits. We got things that we should be doing better. But listen, health is wealth. We got to make sure we are doing. Don't sign up for them to be able to wipe you out. Like, at least make them have to come find you before they annihilate the whole city. Like, let's
have a piece here and there. Don't
yeah.
send up a major signal to death, hell, and destruction for yourself. Just have a piece here and there, not your whole collection. I think that's fair. You know, but again, read your materials and understand the quality that you're purchasing and draping your frame in every single day. What is this? Chlorella probiotic activated charcoal to remove the microplastics from the body. Thank you for the tonic, Rhonda. Thank you for the tonic.
I was just about to talk about that, like, basically, like, chlorella, and yes, that do that an activated charcoal, yes, it does remove microplastics for the body. And I'm actually next month, like after the Interstar, because I'm partying right now, but basically I want to go on like heavy metal detox and just different things because of these things that have been going on. Like, I've been like my health scare, my health journey and everything. I've seen that and I'm like, yeah, like my doctor, he was saying, like, he was like, in your age, like, not too many people have cancer. But when you go online, you see that because of the processed foods, because of the plastics, the heavy metals and things like that. So I might as well start now to try to prevent it.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying?
So, it will change your life.
Yes, I read up on chlorella. I wrote up on probiotics, and probiotics also helps with the gut. Gut health, your gut health is the most important health in your body. That is where 80% of your immune system is. If your gut is messed up, your immune health is messed up. You have to have a right gut, a balanced gut for a good brain, for a good heart. Your gut, everything starts in your gut. So you got to get those probiotics.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Excellent information. Great conversation. Thank you for contributing, Rhonda. Excellent stuff. And we appreciate your thorough research because you be on point. Okay.
Yes.
Y'all better ask about Rhonda in these streets. So look, I got to get into it because I'm watching the clock as always. And I got to talk about the fact that I woke up and they done got Diddy, y'all. Lord, they done took Diddy. Diddy gone down. Diddy gone down. They done denied Diddy bail.
Diddy did it. None of them.
Diddy did it. And they denied him bail even after he and all of his children, including the little 1-year-old baby, they didn't all surrendered their passports to as a sign that they are not a flight risk, as they look to cooperate with the prosecutors that are continually investigating this case. So, I remember when the story first broke about a year ago, and I watched the community divide on two different sides. We had those of us that said Diddy did it because we know Diddy. And then there was the other side that was asking for thoughts and prayers for Diddy. So here we are. He wouldn't have been taken if they didn't have concrete evidence. And I understand that indictment was unsealed today. 14 pages. All right, now I got to copy the indictment because I'll be liking to know what's really going on. What's really going on?
So you do this in real life. It don't got to just be for celebrities. I'll
be bored. I'm like, what's happening? And I really don't pay attention to other people's life because I got enough life of my own to try and pay attention to. But again, Diddy, like so many of the other greats, has been a soundtrack of our lives since the mid-90s. Real love. Hey, it wouldn't have been no Mary if it wasn't for Diddy. Jodeci. Come on, man. Total. Yes. And of course, baby, the notorious one himself. There would be none of that music to enjoy. We could have possibly never met these amazing talents if it was not for the bad boy Diddy himself. So now the bad boy is in a little bit of trouble. And I will say this, I'm not trying to cast not every stone because I know about my graveyard and all the skeletons it contains. So I'm going to lean on the side of prayer for Diddy, that this stays stable. And his mind stays stable, that he doesn't entertain thoughts of despair that would make him feel like this is it for him. I don't think this is it for him alone. Unfortunately, I have to say it that way, because they got all kind of evidence and they done took the names. They got the addresses, and baby, $1,000 worth of baby, 1,000 bottles worth of baby oil.
I'm not even asking. You gonna sit right there, and I bet you I won't ask.
Don't. I do not want to be forced to fall into the shenanigans of my answer.
I'm not asking.
Don't ask me. Do not ask me. There was some ARs there with the serial number scratched out. They got sex, lies, and videotapes and weapons, y'all. Sex, lies, videotapes, and weapons. And I'm not only praying for Diddy's mind, I'm praying for his children.
That part.
For his children.
Yeah.
Them handsome young men. He done took Albie Short's son under his wing, and them beautiful girls that Kim Porter gave him. And then we got little baby love. Little baby love, 1 year old, don't even know what's really going on with her daddy. We praying for Diddy. I'm gonna pray for Diddy.
Listen, I feel like we got to add this in here. We also have to pray for the culture. Yes. Because there are a lot of people who look to Diddy and people like him for direction in their lives, right? How many people, we remember what was the Making the Band, whatever it was. We remember those eras of those who had those aspirations and said, I want to follow into the craft, from the breadcrumbs and the footprints that the footprints that you've left. And now they have a lot of folks don't have direction on. So where do we go from here? What are we supposed to do? So being careful of who are the role models that we putting in front of folks, but also diversifying how they see people making it to their big break. Because listen, yes, it was Diddy. He ain't do this by himself. I don't care what nobody say. This is a cultural thing that is able to be affected, but we want to make sure that we're being mindful of those kids who are like, who? Like next group of people, maybe they didn't know Diddy like the way we did, but there is another star, another celebrity that they're looking at. And I pray they ain't doing nothing that's gonna cause them to get in this much hot water. But for the culture, y'all, we got to make sure that we uplifting what the children see, what they see.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the culture. Alahji, what do you have to add, sweetie?
It's just unfortunate that it had to go down this way. Basically, I agree with both of you ladies. Like, we have to pray for him, his well-being, his mental, his children, and also a culture, because this impacts the entire culture. He was the soundtrack of my life. Like, a lot of music that I listened to, Little Kim, Biggie, Faith Evans, Carl Thomas, all of these people, Usher. If you're an Usher fan, Usher, that's all Diddy work right there. Like, all of these artists, like Diddy, and it's like, if you listen to one artist, you listen to Diddy. So
Yeah.
it's like, and it's going to be hard moving on as a culture, because are we going to separate the music from the man? It's similar to the situation with R. Kelly. Like, R. Kelly, the man is a genius in the booth. Like, the music is amazing. But do we separate the music from the man? How do we move forward from this?
Excellent.
So that's
Excellent
a question. Like, are some of us going to be like talked about if you playing Diddy, like, oh, that means you like to do this, or yeah.
Well, listen here. Ain't no future in front and over in this camp. Okay. So yeah, if y'all put it out there, y'all can go ahead and revoke my black card now. Cause every now and again I feel like moving my body like a snake. Listen. Okay. Working out, Alahji. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And listen here.
I Believe I Could Fly, World's Greatest.
Love Letter,
all of those music, Fiesta, all of that stuff, Step in the Name of Love, like that song right there. When our folks get together and we hear Step in the Name of Love, we all hit the dance floor. You could be a teenager, you could be 80 years old, you could be in between. We all gonna hit that dance floor. We didn't go out there and commit the crimes that he did, but that music brought us together. Like, there's a positive out of everything. So that music is a positive. R. Kelly's music, I'm not gonna lie, I still listen to it because I can't unlike it, because I don't know him personally. I don't. And
we wouldn't listen to a whole lot of stuff if we knew what was really going on in people's lives.
Just like I would Cash Money Lady over there. Cash, like you said, they aren't the only ones involved in this.
Yeah.
No.
It's they probably it's pardon my French, they probably pissed off the wrong higher up. They probably pissed somebody off, and all of that information, now that they pissed this person off, is like bam, because now all of a sudden it's just like boom, 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 boom. And we always, as Black people, as Black culture, we're always the one getting the lashings. All of our big celebrities, all of our self-made billionaires, always by the end of their career, they always get that lashing. They get that lashing. You don't see that with other communities, but our culture, it's just it has to be no. I feel like no Black man makes it out of Hollywood safe.
Oh,
that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother show. We're gonna have to bring you back for that.
I'm waiting for them to start with Jay-Z. I feel like that's next.
It's on the way.
It's on the way.
They've been murmuring. They've been trying to do all of this.
It definitely is.
It's on the way. Trust me.
They treat, folks of other nationalities, they definitely treat their bad boys different
Yeah,
then ours get treated.
exactly.
So
We got a
that's
bad
real
boy
thing.
running for president.
Yeah. Well,
Like we got a bad boy running for president.
Bad boys
Boys,
come out and play.
yeah, and like, you know, when we speak out, when our people speak out, like there was this young lady said Diddy shot her back in 1999. She kept the same story. She's a black woman of color. She kept the same story. She never changed up her story. All of these things they kept saying, they kept throwing it under the bus. Who did he piss off now that they believe her?
Listen, it's unreal. And yes, indeed, I'm still listening to Diddy too, because one of my pull into the parking lot, stunting on them jams is hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What?
Ooh, especially that Nicki Minaj
I
version.
know you see me. What? It's a bop. And now I gotta get the adrenaline because I gotta go in there and think for other people all day. So listen, I'm listening to both of them. I'm definitely not gonna stop listening to anything that Diddy empowered to come into fruition so that we could enjoy it in mass. I'm just praying for him because he got rich people problems. And to quote the notorious B.I.G., more money, more problems, baby.
More money, more problems. And the higher the level, the higher the devil. I'm telling
Come
you.
on, say so.
Elevate the devil right on you.
Listen.
Gotta slap him down. Gotta slap him down. And he's
All
gonna try.
right,
You gotta keep slapping them down.
Prayers for Diddy seems to be the common theme here at Unhinged Live. Thank you so much, Alahji, for hanging out with us tonight. We are at the end of the show, but it ain't over. What you thought it was, it ain't over. So thank you again for every one of our replay viewers that are with us to this point. We finna get into it. So get ready, get ready, get ready. We are about to receive an on-time ready reflection of purpose from our very own in-house Master Life coach, Coach Cash herself. Coach Cash, help us get our lives together tonight.
All right, I'm gonna do my part, and hopefully you all will do your part. Now, listen, y'all already know I always come with the title. Y'all know we done already had the introductions. Karen Sims Harold, Coach Cash, however you call me, know this: when you call, I will show up. Today's reflections of purpose. We want to remind you: do it anyway. Do it anyway. We've heard the obstacles. We know how much money it's going to take. We know you ain't got that money in the bank today. We know that it may take a degree. We know that it's going to maybe take a little bit longer than you thought. But here's what happens. If you never start, you never finish. Start today. Even baby steps will show you the breadcrumbs that it takes, the footprints in the sand where you get the opportunity to work towards your goal. Y'all know I am a goal digger. Why? Y'all already know. The Alahji might be the only one in here that don't know, because I'm here for the cake. And we cannot get to the cake if we don't do the thing. So I am here as a reminder to you, for you to do it anyway. If you've seen it and you sat here for the last year saying, well, I haven't seen anybody do it, so I don't think that it could be done. Do it anyway. If you've seen it and now the market is saturated because you took too doggone long, they still don't got your version of it. Do it anyway. If you've come up with every excuse in the book and you are now out of all excuses, the procrastination, the do it scared, do it anyway. Why? Because here's what happens when you put you out into the world. The atmosphere actually changes, gets better, and is more informed because your voice is there. So I don't care if it's 1,000 other names in that self-help section. If the fictional section and the children's book section is getting overwhelmed with everybody else's book, they do not have your story. They don't have your characters. They don't shine the light the same way as you. I promise you. Today, I went to an event for creatives here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. I promise you, people just walked up to me. Y'all know how they do when I walk in the room. They like, I don't know what it is about you. Well, it's raining outside, but the sunshine done came in here with you. Figure out how to bring your own sunshine to your side of the street. Do it anyway, y'all. Again, I'm reminding you always, ship that cake down here. I'm going to eat it. I might get up there and meet you so that I am here for what? The cake. Do it anyway, y'all. The world is waiting for you. And if you want more inspiration, go ahead on over to the YouTube channel. Look up Twisted Threads. We literally have over 230 videos over there. Pick one and let the Lord bless your entire soul. Do it anyway, y'all. Tilted,
I'm
sending
finna
it back
do it.
over to you.
I received my marching orders from you tonight. My favorite goal getter, Coach
Yeah.
Cash, and I'm gonna do it. I only got $5, but I'm gonna do it. All right, dang.
I done seen you do more with less. What we saying?
Double down, baby. God got me. You already know what it is.
That's
So
hard.
you already know. I got to encourage y'all the way I often do to go ahead and just be as we wrap up tonight's show. But one thing I'm going to ask you to do during this season, because you know I'm always scrolling and paying attention, even while we're on live. But I want you to just be mindful of the plight of your brother and the plight of your sister as we are moving through what I would like to describe a tricky season. Even as I was perusing my phone tonight, I see that one of our very dear sister friend suffered yet another major loss in her life. So I guess I'm on point. Be mindful of what people are carrying. Be mindful of what may be burdening your brother, your sister, your friend, your acquaintance down, because these beautiful smiles, more often than not, are hiding some beautiful pain, some frustration, some anxiety. It's at an all-time high. I mean, it's evidence with how, you know, we got gasoline and flames being thrown during this segment of the presidential race. Be mindful. And if I was to quote the group of prophets, them apostles, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. That seems to be the general underlying theme amongst so many in our population. People don't know how they're going to make ends meet, and they are holding on to the hem of his garment, hopefully. So just be mindful as you're out there in the street. Smile. Be kind. Be patient. And just for a moment, in your mind's eye, consider what you're carrying. What's on your plate? Multiply it by 3 as you consider every person you're encountering. Be kind. Just be. This is Unhinged Live. It's your girl Tilted Halo sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Coach Cash. It's been one heck of a ride tonight. Congratulations in advance, Alahji, on your
Thank you, and
win.
congratulations to Unhinged Live on y'all award already. Let's receive that. It's already
we are
ours.
manifesting. We are putting it in the atmosphere. It's already ours.
Atmosphere. We are putting it out there. Yes. And I just want to thank you, ladies, for having me, taking the time, reaching out to me, for me to be on the show. Just your energy and just you ladies' auras is just such amazing, and I felt at home. I felt comfortable. You give people a platform to be themselves, and you are 2 strong Black women doing it in this business, and that is hard. And you guys have my support 1,000%. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and it was just such an honor. I would love to come back.
Oh, you gonna come back whenever you need us. You got the email address, you got the IGs, you got the Facebooks and the YouTubes. Holla at your aunties, all right? We love you, sweetheart, and we love y'all too. But guess what? We gotta go because I gotta go work early in the morning. So it's Unhinged, and we are out. Thanks for tuning in.